President William Ruto has expressed displeasure at the level of what he terms as extortion that is going on in Parliament. The extortion, he claims, is being orchestrated by senior members of the National Assembly. And as Sydney Chazema now reports, the President appears hell-bent on cracking down on corruption.
Welcome to Bunge High School, the self-proclaimed school of choice, where enrollment is a 5-year struggle and graduation depends entirely on how loud you can shout. At Bunge High School, we are split into 2 grand houses, the National Assembly and the Senate. Each house is headed by a principal, dignifiedly called a speaker. Now, our 2 principals work together with the senior-most head of the country, Mr. William Ruto, who has recently discovered that something smells off at Bunge High School. So he summons a parliamentary group meeting at Karen where all his party MPs and senators, plus some freshly imported ODM allies, come to hear his plans for their new coalition. But here, he chooses to unload.
Very few leaders can stand here and tell you to stop the extortion that is going on in Parliament. I'm telling you the truth. Very few leaders, because we like making peace with mediocrity.
According to Ruto, the stench begins in the committees of the houses, those sacred spaces where laws are crafted, inquiries held, accountability questions asked, and apparently fundraisers for personal pockets conducted. And Ruto thinks one of our principals has turned them into his private ATM.
This fellow who is called chairman of welfare in committees, what is their job? What is their job? Extortion, that's it. And that is what Prime Minister is saying.
Enter Ruto's new ally, Raila Odinga, who arrives with his ODM squad. After years of hating the cafeteria food, he is now ready to share a plate with Ruto. He agrees with the president.
Lobbying is okay. In the US, you've got lobby firms which have formed to lobby the members of the Congress. They come to lobby, they're known, they're officially registered as lobbyists. They come to lobby the members of parliament. But lobbying is a different thing from extortion.
Everyone wants names, receipts, evidence. Ruto, never one to miss drama, declares.
By virtue of the position I hold today, I am a consumer of raw intelligence. I know what's going on.
At this point, it's clear kimeumana.
There are people who are destroying the credibility of Parliament. And they are collecting money in the name of Parliament. And some of the time, or most of the time, that money never gets to Parliament, it gets to a few people.
The room goes silent. Then the bomb.
Let me ask you, members of Parliament who are seated here. Do you, for example, know, do you, for example, know that a few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering? Did you get the money? No. So?
Mamas turn into open chatter, all eyebrows raised by that statement.
So, we are not going to shame them. We are going to arrest them.
But like any good school assembly, after the scolding, we move to agenda items. The resolution of the meeting being, among other things, the unity of purpose and cohesion of the country, implementation of the 10-point agenda, parliamentary cooperation in the national interest, commitment to national dialogue and inclusivity, the commitment to legislative and policy issues regarding the 10-point MOU, and the retreat for the joint parliamentary group.
The MOUs about the 10-point agenda, compensation of the victims, and other things. Your Excellency, I don't see any reason why anybody in this country will oppose those kind of proposals.
Odinga, who is never short on ideas, suggests that MCAs take over the Senate oversight.
Senators, if they do not oversight governors, it is a known fact, Your Excellency, is that there will be no oversight, meaningful oversight from the county assemblies. There are certain things that you said, Prime Minister, which if you stop, then it is as good as telling us to go hard goods as senators.
And just like that, the meeting is adjourned. But the conspicuous absence of a few ODM rebel MPs like Edwin Sifuna and Caleb Amisi tells its own story. Discipline on matters party politics and corruption, it seems, is lurking around the corner. Sydney Chazima for TV47, Nairobi.